Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Nathan here with Wilderness Driven Family, and we're just going to give us a quick little snip of the message that we're releasing tonight on the power of prayer. But we're going to focus in on 1 Corinthians 2:9 when it says, "But it is written, eye hasn't seen, ear hasn't heard, nor's entered into the heart of man the things that God prepared for those that love him." But it goes on and says that we have the mind of Christ. So do me a favor, share this video. Here's a quick snip. Tonight we're releasing the entire message. God bless you guys. Remember, there's a radical call for the gospel, not to just live day by day, but to lay it all down. God bless you. Here's a snip from If My People.
For who has understood the mind of Yahweh as to instruct him? But you, those who are called by his name, has the mind of the King, has the mind of the Anointed One. And this means eyes haven't seen, ears haven't heard, the things that's entered into the heart of man, the things that God has prepared. But we do if we will be intentional of pressing in through prayer. You here online, we have no excuse. We have no excuse why we walk around powerless, why we walk around operating out of places that are in the flesh. The very gift, the most, if not the most important reason for my Passover lamb, my King, it's my truth. It may not have to be your theological absolute, but one of the most important reasons that my King was resurrected, because God desired to put his spirit inside of us, broken shells where we can carry the hosts of heaven, to boldly go to the throne, to seek him in intimacy, to make God the main thing. But we trust in chariots. We trust in our own strength. We trust in our own intellect. I'm speaking to myself. There are so many things that if we will just get into the river of being men and women who are committed to prayer, being intentional. Well, Nathan, I don't know how to pray. Again, prayer isn't something that can necessarily be taught. It can be taught. We see when they asked the disciples, asked Yeshua, and he began to give them the template. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this daily bread. Lead us not into temptation. Protect us from the evil one. For thine is the kingdom, the glory, and the power. He gave us a prototype. It's the same prototype through all of Scripture. It goes up. You get convicted in, and you get sent out. Isaiah was the exact same way. In Isaiah chapter 6, he encountered a holy God. He came to a revelation of what the God of all creation and who he was, and his righteousness and his holiness and his beauty. And there was a conviction of his heart. And he said, I need you to, I'm a man of unclean lips. And it said the seraphim took the coal and it put it on his lips. And then as he began to get the righteousness of really who Christ is in him, Isaiah began to have a heart to send me, send me, send me. It always has to go up and in and out, up and in and out. And I just told my wife this morning, as I woke up early this morning and I was pressing in, and it was like this deeper place that kind of even why the presence and the power of prayer is so important. Because the reason why we continue to try to tell everybody what we're not, and we're so defensive and we're combative about we have the truth and you're wrong, when we're people that are trying to convince us what we're not, it's now, I've seen, it's a telltale sign that that person is of little prayer. Because if you become a person birthed and baptized in prayer, you don't have to fight with your sword to prove to people what you're not, because you have the identity of who you are. And so For the last many years, and I'm not blanketing every ministry or every person who's ever caught the rhythms of the Torah, who's ever found out the covenants that we're called to, the power of the gospel. But at the end of the day, I don't care where you stand, if you believe that Yeshua, King Jesus, is the Messiah, but you continue to live in a place of trying to prove to people what you're not, that's just a telltale sign that you are somebody who probably has a small, minuscule prayer life, because if you were somebody pressing into the presence, I wouldn't need to convince you what I'm not. I'm so comfortable who I am. I let the fruit flow and they're drawn to it.